A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
I see a few guests in the room. Kindly rise up from wherever you are and tell a few lines about yourself and how you got to know it.
So, good evening everyone. My name is S.R. Udaya and I just recently graduated 12th from a CBSE affiliated school. So, you all know how that's going. And I'm an aspiring lawyer. So, to answer the question how I got to know Toastmasters, my dad used to come here. His name is Raju Shivalingam. So, he's always been motivating me to come up and then be confident about myself and then be able to express whatever I'm feeling in front of people. So thanks to him for introducing Toastmasters to me, and hopefully I'll get to where you all are one day. And thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Surya. I'm currently in third year at Jindal Global Law School. I'm a law student and I'm exploring various areas in law, and I'm also learning about how the role of law in the rapidly changing world. And I got to know about Toastmasters again through my dad, same Raju Shivalingam. He used to come here often and he really praises Toastmasters, and he keeps telling us about how great of a place this is and how it's very non-judgmental, and it's one of the best places for people to be at if you're willing to learn, fall and get back up. So yeah, and I'm hoping to learn more from all of you in the coming months. Thank you so much.
Good evening everyone, and I'm Dani Pari. I recently completed my bachelor's degree in information technology. I'm working as an internet Omega. So I came to know Toastmasters by my uncle Raju Shivalingam. So I wanted to join Toastmasters to improve my public speaking skills, communication and confidence. So I'm excited to join as a part of a team. Thank you.
Good evening everyone, I am Madhuja. So recently I have completed my 12th and I am studying for hotel management. Toastmaster got to know by my father. So before he used to attend these clubs and I saw him speaking very clearly and confidently. So I want to try it. Thank you.
Looking forward to see you all as members of our club. Now I request our secretary Toastmaster Ujwal to read out the minutes of meeting number 1370. And meeting number 1369 as well, since there was amendment.
Namaste to the Toastmasters. Here are the minutes of the meeting number 1369 held on 25th of May 2026. The theme was milestones and the word of the week steadfast. The business session started 6:20 p.m. and was chaired by the President Toastmaster Apurvatiyar, and the following announcements were made. An education session will be conducted on 15th of June by Toastmaster Radha. Moments of Truth will be conducted on 8th of June, and requesting all the members to attend the same. The Division Director Toastmaster Sai Sneha Reddy highlighted the club's recent awards. Super 7 Award, Metamorphosis Award, Medley Distinguished Award, Spirit of 121 Award, 530 Award. Sergeant Arms Toastmaster Darshan started the meeting with an introduction of the theme and later handed over the charge to President Toastmaster Apurvatiyar. The President opened the meeting, spoke on the theme and introduced the Master of Ceremonies Toastmaster Darshan. The Master of Ceremonies spoke on the theme and introduced the following role takers for the day. Timer, Toastmaster Bhupal, Accounter, Toastmaster Ajay Rao, TPA Evaluator, Toastmaster Chetan Vashish, Grammarian, Toastmaster Puneeth. The following speakers delivered their prepared speeches. Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa GS in the part Dynamic Leadership, Level 1 Project 4, evaluated by Toastmaster Shreedevi. The debate session was conducted by Toastmaster Ujwal and had the following speakers. The first topic was, who does a society prepare better for marriage, bride or groom? For the topic of brides, Distinguished Toastmaster A.K. Prabhakara, Distinguished Toastmaster M. Bhatt and Toastmaster Chetan Vashish. On the side of grooms, Toastmaster Jyoti Rao, Toastmaster Aparna Pathak and Toastmaster Madhagiri Das spoke. The second topic was, is it better to follow passion or financial stability? For passion, Toastmaster Darshan, Toastmaster Shreya, Toastmaster Dharmender B. Singh, Toastmaster Ajay Rao spoke. And for the topic of financial stability, Toastmaster Chakravarti M, Toastmaster Puneeth, Toastmaster Sumukh A. Bhupalam and Toastmaster C.A. Rao spoke. The general evaluation session was conducted by Toastmaster Sakshi and the winners of the week were Best Prepared Speaker Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa GS, Best Evaluator Toastmaster Shreedevi, Best Table Topic Speaker Toastmaster Ajay Rao, Best Role Taker TAPG Toastmaster Puneeth, Best Role Taker MTG Toastmaster Lilana. The President closed the meeting at 8:22 p.m. followed by the national anthem. Here are the minutes of the meeting number 1370 held on the 1st of June 2026. The theme was Platform to Perform and the word of the week transit. The business session started at 6:23 p.m. and was chaired by the President, Toastmaster Apurva, and the following announcements were made. The YLP session, facilitated by Toastmaster Jyoti Rao and Toastmaster Darshan, was concluded on 31st of May 2026, featuring a successful debate. An educational session will be conducted on 15th of June by Toastmaster Raja Prakat. The Moments of Truth will be conducted on 8th of June, and requesting all the members to attend the same. Nominations for the ExCom for the upcoming term are now open. Members are encouraged to nominate themselves for the leadership positions. Started announced, Toastmaster Darshan started the meeting with an introduction of the theme and later handed over the charge to President Toastmaster Apurva. The President opened the meeting, spoke on the theme, and introduced the Master of Ceremonies, distinguished Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa. The Master of Ceremonies spoke on the theme and introduced the following role takers for the day. Timer, Toastmaster Dharmender B. Our counter, Toastmaster Midhun B. Prarambhai. Evaluator, Toastmaster Shreya. Grammarian, Toastmaster Sakshi. The following speakers delivered prepared speeches. Toastmaster Aparna Pathak, in the path presentation mastery, development project lead, evaluated by Toastmaster Jyoti Rao. Second speaker, Toastmaster Ajay Rao, in the part dynamic leadership, level 1 project 4, evaluated by Toastmaster Ujwal. The table topic session was conducted by Toastmaster Shreedevi and had the following speakers: Toastmaster Shreya, Toastmaster Chakrabarti M, Toastmaster Chetan Dhammi, Toastmaster Sakshi Gupta, distinguished Toastmaster M. Award, Toastmaster Dharmender B. Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa JS, Toastmaster Midhun B. Prarambhai, Toastmaster Darshan and guest Kiran. The following members, this was followed by a member induction ceremony where Toastmaster Aparna Pathak and Toastmaster Dharmender B. were inducted. The general evaluation session was conducted by Toastmaster Rachana and the winners of the week were Best Prepared Speaker Toastmaster Ajay Rao, Best Evaluator Toastmaster Ujwal, Best Table Topic Speaker Toastmaster Chetan Mashir, Best Role Taker TAPG Toastmaster Sakshi Gupta, Best Role Taker MTG Distinguished Toastmaster A.K. Prabhakar. The President closed the meeting at 8:22 p.m. followed by the announcement. Thank you and back to the question.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ujwal. Are there any amendments proposed for the minutes of the meeting? If not, I accept MOM of meeting number 1369 and 1370 and open meeting number 1371. The other day, I was watching a movie on an OTT platform. It was a two-hero movie. The movie began. One actor portrayed a role of a serial killer who was very gruesome and merciless. And the second actor portrayed a role of a super cop who was determined to catch him. What was weird was that the actor who was famous was portraying a negative role. The movie went forward. The serial killer was ruthless, cold-blooded, merciless. Every murder he committed was more brutal than the previous one. Frankly, it was very painful to watch. That is when I wondered why an actor who was so famous, so celebrated, took up a role which was so negative and so gruesome. And then came the interval. Post the interval, a flashback is introduced. In the flashback, we come to know that the serial killer, the so-called serial killer, is in fact an Indian army officer. He has fought for the country, he's fought against the terrorists in Jammu Kashmir, saved hundreds of people and has won various medals for his bravery. All of a sudden, then was the big reveal. I got to know that the innocent people that he killed were not innocent. In fact, they were criminals who had committed such horrific crimes and had got away from the judiciary system with their power and money. And that was the moment when there was twist in my perspective. Suddenly, for the people whom I had felt bad, I didn't feel bad anymore. And the character, I felt why was he even doing it? I understood. Everything on the screen was the same. It was just my perspective that had changed. Isn't it true in real life as well? Take the story of Nambi Narayan for example. Nambi Narayan was a scientist who was working in ISRO. He was part of a team that pioneered India's liquid space rocket fuel technology. He played a huge role in the future of India's space program. He was reputed and respected. All of a sudden, everything changed. Nambi Narayan was arrested because people believe that Nambi Narayan sold India's space secrets to foreign countries. Overnight, a respected scientist was turned into a traitor. Was turned to a traitor. Nambi Narayan was humiliated. He was interrogated. His family suffered. His reputation was shattered. People concluded that he was a traitor. Years later, the truth was out. All the allegations turned out to be false. Nambi Narayan was not a spy, not a traitor. In fact, he was a scientist who dedicated his life for his country. In the year 2018, the Supreme Court recognized the grave injustice that was faced to Nambi Narayan and his family, and compensated for all the sufferings that he and his family endured. What changed? Not Nambi Narayan, not his values, not his contribution. It was just people's perspective. When was the last time you judged people based on a first impression, based on a rumor, based on a headline? When was the last time you decided who the hero is or who the villain is without knowing the entire story? A serial killer turned out to be an respected Indian Army officer. A traitor, a spy, turned out to be a respected scientist. All the facts remain the same. Only perspectives changed. Fellow Toastmasters, a change in perspective doesn't just change the way we look at others. It changes the way we look at the world. And yes, that makes a difference. To speak more on the theme, let me call upon someone who holds a BCom degree in accounting and finance from Christ University. She is someone who has won a triple crown. She is also volunteered for Teach for India. Teaching, communication and Bharatanatyam has always been a passion that she pursues even till today. She's also been the past president of our club, Mekon Communication Club. Without further ado, please join your hands in welcoming the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shreedevi.
Good evening, everyone. I have something with me which I found very interesting. Now, this in my hand is a strip of paper. Now, if I join the two ends like this, what is in the front of you? A loop. And the loop has two sides, the inside and the outside. But if I fold the same paper a little differently, I connect it this way, we have something like this. Okay? I've done it here. I've stuck it together to give a better presentation. It looks like this. This is called as a Mobius strip. To the people sitting here in this side, it will look like it has two sides. To the people sitting here, it might look like it has more than two sides. And to the people sitting in the center, might be confused how many sides this has. Honestly, it's having only a single side. But it all depends on which angle you are really looking at. Isn't that how life also really is? Let me share a personal story with you. My father always picks me up and drops me everywhere. Every single day. He dropped me and picked me up from school, from college, from work, and even Toastmasters. Yes, my dear friends, he picked me and dropped me to Toastmasters every single day until a few years back. So one of the days after the Toastmasters meeting, my friends and I would hang out in A to B. The A to B no longer exists, but for the story's sake, try to imagine a A to B in present. So after the meeting got over, my friends and I were about to cross the street when I saw my dad's car already there, waiting to pick me up sharp at 8:30. I looked at my friends and said, guys, you carry on, my dad's already here. And they're like, no, try to do something, speak to him, just come and hang out with us for a bit. And I was like, my dad, you will not understand, I have to go. And I went and sat in the car, slammed the door shut, and I was like, Dad, why do you always do this? Why are you here sharp at 8:30? I want to hang out with my friends after Toastmasters. I want to have fun. Do you not trust me or something? Do you think I can't catch an auto and come on my own? It's not even so dark yet. And my friends would drop me if I want to. Why don't you understand? Do you not trust me? My dad was taken aback. Whoa! I didn't know this is how you feel. If you want, I'll stop coming from tomorrow. There was an awkward silence in the car. And after 2 minutes, he was like, you know what, Shreedevi? To me, these car rides were the only time I get to spend with you. The only time I get to listen to how your day was. When you rant about your day, when you tell me how your day was, that makes me feel special. Suddenly, flashbacks started coming in front of my eyes. Yes, after school we used to tell funny stories to our dad, my brother and I. We used to giggle when teasing each other, we used to cry about things that made me sad, and we used to sing loudly listening to music in the car. What I felt was restriction, overprotection, and lack of trust. To him was simply a moment of love and bonding. And that is why I love the Mobius strip, because it describes the twist of perspective. The same thing that makes you happy could also be looked at differently. And perhaps that is what Ralph C. Smedley also wanted. Not just a platform for communication, but to share different perspectives about the world. Toastmasters is a movement starting in the year 1924 in YMCA Santa Ana, California. What started off as a single moment then has now spread across 150 countries with over 14,000 member clubs and over 8 lakh participating members. Our own Mekong Communication Club is a Toastmasters club for over 28 years, thriving under the guidance of the veteran Toastmasters and the founding members, DTM A.K. Prabhakara, DTM M.U. Bhatt. And we all meet on Mondays at 6:15 p.m. And I'm sure every Mekong here will agree that we love Mondays, and the contrary of what everyone feels about Mondays. A typical Toastmasters meeting comprises of 3 sessions: the prepared speech session, the table topic session, and the general evaluation session. Prepared speech session is where people book slots in advance, prepare on a topic based on the guidelines given in the manual. Table topic session is where people are chosen at random, given a topic to which they need to respond instantaneously. And evaluation session is where the proceedings of the meeting and the speeches are evaluated. However, today we will not be having the table topic session, but something called as the moment of truths, where we will be reflecting on the journey of the club. To help me carry on this meeting smoothly, I have a couple of role takers. As I read out your name, please stand up and explain what your role entails. Firstly, we have the Grammarian, Toastmaster Midhun.
Good evening, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. As a grammarian, I will pay close attention to the good usage and not so good usage during the meeting. As a wordmaster, it is my pleasure to introduce the word of the week. It's unwavering, meaning continuing in a strong and steady way. And the example for the usage is: her unwavering commitment led the team to the success. So at the end of the meeting, I will give my report as called upon. Thank you.
Our counter Toastmaster Puneeth.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. As the R counter, my purpose is to listen for filler words and phrases like you know, that sneak into speeches and keep us from sounding our best. I will actively track filler words, overused phrases, and long pauses, for example, and, but, so, you know, on. I will share my observations during the evaluation section of the meeting when called upon. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Timer Toastmaster Rachana.
Good evening, everyone. As the timer, my role is to time all the major role takers for today, major and minor role takers for today. The prepared speeches will run between 5 to 7 minutes. At the 5-minute mark, I will raise the green card. At the 6-minute mark, I will raise the yellow card, and at the 7-minute mark, the red card. There is a 30-minute grace period, after which you will be disqualified for the ribbon, so keep your speeches within that time slot. And the evaluations run between 2 to 3 minutes. At the 2-minute mark, I'll raise the green card. At the 2.5-minute mark, the yellow card, and at the 3-minute mark, the red card. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. Parliamentary Procedure Evaluator Toastmaster Sakshi.
As Parliamentary Procedure Evaluator for today, I request each one of you to show the 3 unwavering comments today. The first is enter and exit only during applause. Unless this building is shaking, I request everyone to please wait for the clapping soundtrack. The second commitment is please avoid crosstalks during the speeches, because as today we have MOT, that is Moments of Truth session. Each one of you can share, share your viewpoints, but please save your comments and your conversations after during the presentation, and please avoid crosstalks while speaker is on the stage. The third commitment is refrain from sex, religion and politics. Though the agenda for today is the twist of perspectives, not twist on the agenda. Let's give every speaker unwavering attention and make this meeting a meaningful and enjoyable session. With that, back to you, MC.
Without any further ado, let's begin with the first session, the prepared speech session. Our first speaker is attempting Level 1 Project 4 of Dynamic Leadership. I request the individual evaluator Toastmaster Ujwal to read out the project guidelines.
Namaste fellow Toastmasters. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during the club meeting. The member has received the feedback for their first speech and has worked to apply their feedback from the first speech to this. The member will deliver a well-organized speech on any topic and incorporate feedback from their previous speech evaluation. I wish the member all the very best, and back to the master secretary.
Our speaker today, he's an electrical engineer, an entrepreneur, a director at Syscon Instruments. He has a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from Mysore University. His hobbies include environment protection, and he takes active part in bridging the digital divide between rural and urban communities. He's known for his iconic table topic responses. Let's give a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa.
At the outset, I would like to thank 2 people who are sitting here. Last time I gave a speech, Leadership with Passion. They heard my speech and gave the feedback. Feedback is an important thing where you can connect yourself and move forward. One person who gave a feedback is Toastmaster Shreedevi. It was very nice feedback she has given. Other than that, I received a call when I was in some function at 10:30 yesterday. It was a call from our respected person, Toastmaster T.K. Prabhakar. I couldn't answer at the time. Next time I gave a ring. It is my job to give a ring when he has given this thing. He told me where I went wrong. Where I went wrong. It's a beautiful feedback he has given, which I don't want to mention here, which I will avoid doing that mistakes in my future thing. So once again, thank you very much for these two people who I accept and acknowledge their interest shown in my improving my speech. Next one is, a leader must have unwavering attitude. It's a beautiful thing. You must have an unwavering this thing one. Do you all agree with me? No pain, no gain. Do you all agree with me? No pain, no gain. To that I have added shape up or ship out. Shape up or ship out. Either make yourself or make a way for others. These are the things which we commonly use in my industry. Either you make it or make a way for others. Don't stick on like an heralded there, so that neither you can perform nor other person to make it to happen. My dear Toastmasters, you have to make many tries to get your job done. Is it okay? You have to make many tries to get your job done. For Abraham Lincoln, failure was the first step, and he took many steps to move forward and achieve something. You have to make many tries to get your job done. When an opportunity comes, you have to identify and grab it. Next opportunity coming will not be of the same magnitude. Please note, when an opportunity comes, don't shy back. Grab it. To give an example, I was not knowing what is a credit and debit. When somebody in the meeting asked who will be the treasurer, I raised my hands because my aim was different, which I don't want to waste my time in telling that one. So, last time I said we opened an industry in a shed. In a Benson town, we opened a factory. When we opened a factory, we saw an advertisement in the paper. They wanted to give for MSME industries, they wanted to give a land allotted to them. It was a golden opportunity for me. In the board, we were 4 members. They decided, Bhadrappa, can you try on this and get a piece of land for us to make our own building? It was allotted by the Kionics, Karnataka State Electronics Development Board. I applied for that. After some time, I went and met the MD. Even since it's a small factory, why do you want a land in that electronic city? He humiliated me. He condemned and criticized me. So I came back and I thought, next day I went, sir, good morning. Why did you came? I told you I will not give a land for you. Sir, come and see what we are doing. We have developed a beautiful system, sensors, associated instruments, torque sensor, load sensor, displacement sensor, all that we have developed indigenously. You have to come and see and decide whether we are eligible to get a land or not. Okay, on that day I will come. He went and saw that. He was very much pleased to note our development, then allotted a land of 1 acre. There my thinking never stopped. I wanted more land. Again I went. Why did you came? I have already given 1 acre of land, which costs now today it costs about 75 crores. Why did you came here? Sir, it is a small place. I have a I have a larger goals which I wanted to do it. Kindly do it. Okay, I will allot 1.22 acres. That's why I got the land where I am running an industry now. My dear friends, you have to make very tries. When you fail, don't leave it abruptly. Otherwise, you will not achieve what you wanted in your life. Like Mahatma Gandhi, what he wanted, independence to our country, he struggled hard. He had a determination, unwavering determination for him to achieve that one. Your attitude determines your altitude. The next one is your attitude determines your altitude. See, when I got a customer from Kalpakam, it's a atomic energy station. He came to our factory he has given an order of about 1 crore. He wanted to receive the material. I was feeling very tired on that day. I told one of my employees, go and talk to him and show and demonstrate the instruments what he has ordered. Then it came to mind, when a customer comes, even if nobody talks for even a single minute, he feels he being neglected. That's what Toastmaster does it. If any new person comes here, the madam will ask, tell me about yourself. How did you came here? If you don't do that one, what will happen? They get frustration. So when a customer comes, talk to him. Otherwise, he feels he being neglected. Then immediately I went and showed up myself. And by seeing at me, sir, I never knew that you are a director here. Take me this 1 crore check. I know you will deliver the quality equipment. Like that, he gave the check and disappeared here. My dear Toastmasters, I wanted to ask one question. Which is the toughest job according to you in this world? Which is the toughest job in this world according to you? Can anybody give some answer?
Job of a mother.
Pardon?
Job of a mother.
Job of a
Mother.
Sir, it has become a profession. If you save some money, they will chop off his head. The most difficult, according to me, the most difficult task in this world is to deal with the people. Is to dealing with people. More so, I did not tell your life partner how to get on to those things. So once I attended on leadership class called BUILD, McGrath Institute of Leadership Training, run by Aparesh Acharya, who was the best trainer at that time. After seeing that, I told one of my friends, which I was not knowing, it is one of the best leadership training you have to do. He said, I don't have money. I will give the money. You go and join. Sir, when should I give? According to your convenience, give me the money and give a check for me. So I attended the class, he gave the check. After 1 year, it got bounced. I was not knowing his name. I was not knowing where his location and other things. I went and asked the manager, I will not give all those details. Are you a so rich man to donate money like that one? With my communication, this thing, he gave the address. I went to the house with full of anger and to blast him. When I entered his house, I saw one Satya Sai Baba, beautiful Satya Sai Baba house, and a beautiful, very big house. After seeing that, I became very good and asked him when you will give the money. He said, sir, tomorrow I will see that your money will reach us. He did it, my dear friends. So your attitude determines your altitude. What is attitude which makes you to grow is called attitude, not the other thing. ಹೆದರದಿರು ಮನವೇ ಹಿಮ್ಮೆಟ್ಟದಿರು ಮನವೇ ಹಿಡಿದ ಛಲವ ಬಿಡಿದಿರು ಮನವೇ ಜರಿದರೆಂದು ಜಂಕಿಸದೆಂದು ಶಸ್ತ್ರ ಸಮಾಧಿ ನೀರು ನೇಣು ವಿಷ ಔಷಧದಲ್ಲಿ ಘಟವ ಬಿಡಬೇಡ. ಹೆದರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೇಣ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡೋದು, ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡೋದು ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ. ಹಿಡಿದ ಛಲವ ಬಿಡಿದಿರು ಮನವೇ. So with this, I would like to conclude my speech. Thank you very much. Just
That was a wonderful speech by Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa. Let's give him another round of applause. Our next speaker is attempting Level 2 Project 3 Persuasive Influence. I request the individual evaluator Toastmaster Shreya to read out the project guidelines.
Ma'am Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, the purpose statement of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of a previous experience as a protege. Notes for the evaluator. The member completing this project is developing an understanding of Toastmasters mentoring. About the speech is about a time when the member was a protege. It may be from any time in their life. The member may discuss any aspect of the protege experience. The speech should not be a report on the content of the Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring Project. Thank you and back to you.
Our speaker for today is a very passionate Toastmaster. He's in his final year of BE Electronical Communication at the celebrated RV College of Engineering. He loves watching anime and going to the gym, and he also loves to meet new people and talking and creating bonds. And that's how That's what drew him to Toastmasters. With a speech titled The Mental Effect, let's welcome Toastmaster Darshan.
Last week, I asked my father a simple question. Did you have any mentor in your life? He thought for a moment and said, back in my days, we had all kinds of mentors which you don't have today. So I asked him, who were they? He said, well, my first mentor was my empty pockets. My second mentor was my empty stomach. My third mentor was fear. Fear of no money, no food, and no future. Fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests, when I think about my mentor in my life, no one comes to my mind, apart from my father. My father gives me lots of good advices, which I don't follow, but other people do. In fact, he told me to join Toastmasters 5 years back, but I didn't join. Recently, a friend of mine told to join Toastmasters, and suddenly it sounded like a great idea. Growing up, I never had a single person whom I could call as my mentor. But I did have 2 small incidents which showed me the impact of a mentor. The first one comes from my English teacher when I was in 3rd standard. She strongly believed cursive handwriting was the correct way for everyone to write. And she made sure that all students in the classroom followed the same style. Well, some students improved, and many students who already had great handwriting style, they ended up with worse handwriting. Mentorship should not be imposed equally on everyone. Sometimes it is just an identifying individual's personality, strength and weakness and adapting to it. After my second PU, I joined a gym near my house. There was a trainer in the gym. I went to the gym for almost a year and we never spoke. We just kept seeing each other and slowly we became friends. One day, as I was standing casually and speaking with him, he noticed my shoulders and he said, "Why are you slightly leaning towards one side?" I looked at the mirror. He was right. I went back home. I looked at my old photos from my 8th, 9th, 10th standard. And in all photos, I was slightly leaning towards my right. The reason was, for 6 years, I was playing table tennis for almost every single day. And that made me lean towards my right hand dominant side. It was very difficult to improve that posture because I had not noticed it. My gym trainer, he suggested me few exercises and corrections, and he made sure that whenever I leaned unconsciously, he corrected me to stand straight. Sometimes mentorship is not always telling others what to do. It is sometimes someone identifying our mistakes and letting us know which we don't see it in ourselves. And then came Toastmasters. I joined Toastmasters Mekon Communications Club in October 2025. When I joined, I didn't know what Toastmasters meant. I attended 2 meetings as a guest. During my first session, I saw a person give the general evaluation. I thought they were the teacher of the club because they spoke so well and they clearly identified the mistakes. But later I realized Toastmasters doesn't work that way. There is no teacher. After a few weeks, I was told to pick a mentor. I didn't know whom to choose or how any of this worked. The club president at that time approached me and offered to mentor me. Since she was the club president, I had to agree. Recently, I was scrolling through my old WhatsApp messages. I saw my first message which I had sent to my mentor. "Hello ma'am, this is Darshan from Toastmasters. I have chosen persuasive influence pathway." She replied, "Done." And then she sent a voice message. She told me to let her know when I am giving my first speech and how we can work together. And then she said, I will mostly send only voice messages because I am too lazy to type. You should also do the same. For most people, it may sound normal. But for me, it wasn't. Because I never spoke to strangers or new people. Also, I never sent voice messages to anyone in my life. After a few days, I told my mentor I am ready for my icebreaker speech and I sent the draft copy to my mentor. She looked at the draft copy of the speech and then she suggested me something that scared me even more than giving the speech. A video call. She told me to do a video call and practice the speech on a call so that she could correct me. I completely avoided her. But she kept on following up with me and reminding me to do the call. But I eventually successfully managed to avoid her, and just like that, my icebreaker speech was done. Then came my second speech. Again, same story. I didn't do the video call. Second speech, done. During that time, a new executive committee was being formed. I absolutely had no intention of taking up any role. Unfortunately, my mentor and one of our club members had no intention of letting that happen. They forced me to take up a role. Eventually, I had to take up the sergeant role, which later on helped me improve at least a tiny bit. So looking back, mentorship only works when the person who is being mentored actively participates and seeks guidance from their mentor. My mentor was fully available, fully supportive, but I wasn't asking enough questions or taking the initiative. That became my biggest lesson as a prodigy. My father said his mentors were empty pockets, empty stomach, fear. He had nothing, but that taught him everything. We have everything, and yet we are still trying to figure things out. Over to you.
Welcome back after the short break. We will now begin with the general evaluation session. Our general evaluator for today is a construction technologist working at Autodesk in Bangalore. He loves storytelling and our fellow Toastmasters can vouch for his proficiency in that. He loves gymming and CrossFit in particular. A fun fact about him, he's an excellent barista and he's also an avid reader. Let's put your hands together for Toastmaster Raja.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I come every week to hear this from our MC. Alright, we have a very limited time, so I'm going to be quick with the evaluation. Our meeting started 6:20 p.m. and Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Sachin, I really loved your analogy that you gave about the glass and then you connected with the theme. And you have improved your speech in terms of how you say good evening and then how you introduce the president. So I really like that. The only recommendation would be like, you have so much of energy while starting and ending. When you're delivering your speech, that time also you need to increase the volume. A fantastic job done. Then minutes of meeting, it was so sharp. I didn't find any R's or ums in that. It was done in a perfect manner. I don't know if it's AI Ujwal or Ujwal. And our president's speech, I will not be evaluating our president's speech, but I would like to acknowledge the guests who has come because their parents have, or your father has told you to come, and it was so inspiring to see how the love for Toastmasters has transcended generations. And I have two daughters, and once they become 18 years old, I'll be telling them to join Toastmasters as well. And so let's get into the speech evaluation. First, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Ujwal to provide his speech evaluation report.
Namaste fellow Toastmasters and my target speaker, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa. The first thing that I really liked about your speech was, as usual, your voice modulation. Amazing when you said, "Yaak bande illi." The entire room was in a pin drop silence. Amazing job on that. The second thing that really struck me was your repeated call to your title. Why do we need leadership? At every instant, you try to tell us why we needed leadership. After every message, that was like telling us, this is why you need leadership. Become a leader. That was a great encouragement and motivation for us when we were sitting there. The third thing is you did not just tell us about what you learned. Your lessons, you inculcated it to all of us by telling us how we can incorporate it into our own lives. What you learned, you helped us or told us how we can use it in our own lives. Great job on that. A few things that can help you take your speech to the next level would be, I saw that throughout your speech, you had great hand gestures. You were using your hand. You are going left, you are pointing at me. But you had something in your hand. You had your handkerchief and a pen. Maybe next time you can keep that in your pocket so you have your hands free. So when you point, you have your full arms to point. The next thing is, there was a time when you said, my aim was different. But that's a different story. Instead, maybe just leave that out. Just say, I had a different aim. And there's no need to say, it is a different story. So that we feel more connected to your speech. We don't start thinking, oh, what is that different story? So that we stay in the present. In summary, he had a great voice modulation that we all appreciate and have come to see. The second thing is his repeated call to action. What was his message that he repeatedly told us to motivate us, to encourage us? The third thing was, it was his lessons and his story, but he told us how we can inculcate it into our lives. The things that he could work upon, and for all of us, is whenever you're using gestures, it's better to have your hands free and use your hands openly. The second thing is, when there is something that is not related to your speech or not related to the context, rather than saying, it's a different story, let's not just mention it. Let's leave it there. With that, I know you're going to become a great speaker, and back to our general evaluator.
When Ujwal, Toastmaster Ujwal puts the lectern there, he means business. Great evaluation, you talked about the points he did well and where he can improve upon in his speech. And a fantastic speech by our speaker, Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa. This one thing is that the quote that you said in Kannada it sounded great, but I don't know the language. So if you can translate the quote and mention who said that, that would have been
very simple.
So a round of applause to our speaker and our evaluator. Now I would like to call upon Toastmaster Shreya to provide her report.
Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. First of all, great speech, Toastmaster Darshan. Divided evaluation into 3 parts. What you excelled at, where you can improve, and what you can challenge yourself with. So coming to where you excelled, you showing the different impacts that mentoring had on you, the different lessons you took away. For example, that it's as much of a job for a mentee to be interested as a mentor to be interested. And different things you learned from the different mentors, well, different experiences you had, since you said that you didn't really have a mentor growing up. Another thing, standard stage usage, eye contact, your flow of thought on stage. We can clearly see like how much you're improving with every speech you give, especially how you incorporate humor, and like towards the end of your speech when usually everyone starts losing interest is when you hit us with that humor and everyone immediately got engaged again. So that was great. But main things I want to talk about is how you can improve your speech. So this is a speech all about mentorship, and you came in and said that you don't have a mentor except for your father. Yet you barely spoke about how your father mentored you and the impact that your father's mentorship had on you, right? Your whole speech was centered around your teacher and your gym trainer and Toastmasters. But the one person you said was your mentor, you barely spoke about. So that was one thing. And another thing I would have liked to hear is, regarding Toastmasters, you spoke about how it taught you that you need to be as interested as your mentor. But I would have also liked to see how your mentor had a positive impact on how you delivered speeches or how you wrote speeches. And you also spoke about how the EC helped you improve, but maybe you could have mentioned a specific advice that someone gave you or someone pushed you to, like how Jyoti ma'am pushed you to take up YLP, right? That would have helped you a lot. So mentioning those specific things would have had us feel that impact way more. And I think a stronger conclusion, just a summary of all the lessons you learned might have had a bigger impact as well. And throughout your speech, you had only one gesture that I could make out, was this. So when you're showing anything, you're showing this here, you're showing this there. The whole time you're using this. One more gesture I saw you use was this, but this was like so frequent, and after one point, that was the only thing that I started noticing was that, oh, he keeps doing this. So you can think of different ways to incorporate, maybe like showing this or pointing, different things like that. And one place that I think you should challenge yourself is, even when you find it difficult to think of something to relate to about, to the speech guidelines, the project guidelines, finding that thing is a challenge, right? You asked your dad about his mentor in life, but you could have also asked him, how do you think, like, you mentored me, how I benefited from things that you taught me, or do you think that I have a different mentor that I'm not able to think about right now? Talking to different people and getting their perspectives can help you. Like, your dad tells you that his mentorship could have helped you this way, and you rewrite that as your own story. So that may give you more outlets, right? So, yeah, anyways, great speech. Looking forward to seeing more from you. Back to our agenda.
What a fantastic evaluation. I really loved how you talked about the positives and the negatives or the areas to improve upon. But yeah, a job well done. If I had to say a recommendation, that would be, you can clearly keep like the 3 points for positives and 3 points for the areas to improve upon, and you can summarize and then explain that to the speaker. And to Toastmaster Darshan, you have been improving as a speaker. I really loved your speech today because there was a lot of elements in your speech that really attracted me. The one was where your father said mentor, and then you talked about empty stomach, no money in the pocket. You gave a different angle to that, and you also made it humorous at the middle of the speech, and then you ended it. So it was a fantastic speech. Keep giving more speeches, and looking forward to that. A round of applause to Toastmaster Shreya. Moments of Truth was conducted by Toastmaster Shubha. It was well done. You clearly explained what each group has to do, and as an invigilator, you came across and saw like everybody is doing their job. It was done in a streamlined manner. If there is one thing I have to say, you just forgot our team. Program planning and meeting organization, while telling an at the end also. I'm just kidding. So it was well conducted. So a round of applause to Toastmaster Shubha. Now I would like to call upon the auxiliary role takers, Toastmaster Midhun, to provide his report as a grammarian.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guest. First of all, give yourself a thunderous round of applause for using a wonderful language, English usage of the language today. It's been my pleasure to serve as a grammarian today. Overall, I was impressed by the way the language has been used today. So I have noted out a couple of good usages today. So it's like leadership with passion, no pain, no gain, shape up or shape out. Your attitude determines your altitude. When an opportunity comes, don't hesitate, grab it. Feedback is an important thing when you can correct yourself and move forward. So overall, a very good meeting with a good language usage, and I've noted down the word of the day is unwavering. So usage of the I've noted down 3 times today. With that, I'll conclude my report.
A job well done as a grammarian. A round of applause to Toastmaster. Now I would like to call upon Toastmaster Rachana to provide her report as time up.
Good evening, everyone. Here is the timing report for today. The business session took 1 minute. The welcome by the Sergeant-at-Arms Toastmaster session took 1 minute 47 seconds, and the time allotted was 2 minutes. The President's address took 4 minutes 53 seconds. The time allotted was 5 minutes. The introduction of the Toastmaster of the evening took 3 minutes 30 seconds when the allotted time was 1 minute. The report on the previous meeting took 3 minutes 20 seconds when the allotted time was 2 minutes. The Master of Ceremony Toastmaster Shreedevi has taken 10 minutes 30 seconds so far when the allotted time is 20 minutes. The speakers Toastmaster Veerabhadrappa has taken 8 minutes 53 seconds when the allotted time was 5 to 7 minutes. His evaluator Toastmaster Ujwal has taken 2 minutes 28 seconds when the allotted time is 2 to 3 minutes. The speaker Toastmaster Darshan has taken 6 minutes 54 seconds when the allotted time was 5 to 7 minutes. His evaluator Toastmaster Shreya has taken 3 minutes 24 seconds when the allotted time is 2 to 3 minutes. The MOT ran for 60 minutes when the allotted time was 40 minutes, but I know an additional 20 minutes was requested. And the general evaluator so far, Toastmaster Raja, has taken 4 minutes when the allotted time is 20 minutes. And back to Toastmaster.
The entire pressure is on me today. I have to concise it as small as possible. Alright, next I would like to call upon our counter, Toastmaster Puneeth.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Even in a highly efficient meeting, there are always a few minor habits to be aware of. So only 2 Toastmasters crossed the limit of 6 R's and Ums. And apart from that, overall, the communication tonight was crisp, focused, and very well executed. Thank you.
Next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Sakshi to provide her PPE evaluator.
As the parliamentary procedure evaluator today, I'm happy to share that most of us were able to manage the commitment of unwavering 3 disciplinary points. There was no entry and exit between the meetings. Everyone entry and exited during the applause only. Though we had MOT session today, so there were many interesting perspectives that could have sparkled immediate discussions. I'm happy to tell that members exercised restraint to crosstalks, except few areas where the speaker was behind the lectern and we started discussing. So maybe we can avoid in future meetings. And there was no talk about sex, religion or politics. Members focused on their personal experiences, insights and the lessons which they learned, which enriched the session. One recommendation for all of us is to continue being mindful of side conversations even during the transitions, which can help us focus on each and every speaker. With that, back to the MC.
Thank you, Toastmasters Sakshi. I really like how you did this in an innovative way. You talked about 3 unwavering commitment and twist of perspectives. A round of applause to all the auxiliary role takers. Okay. Toastmaster Shreedevi, a fantastic session. I really loved the theme twist of perspectives. It's something that it's very thoughtful and thought-provoking, and I liked how you started talking about the loop and Mobius strip, and then you connected with your dad-daughter relationship story, and then and you connected with the theme. So that was done in a fantastic manner. Now, if there is one thing that I would provide as a recommendation is that when you're starting, you can say, Madam President, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests, instead of good evening and starting like that. But other than that, it was a fantastic session. Thanks for emceeing today. A round of applause to our With that, we are at the end of the general evaluation. I'll give it back to our team.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raja. I hope you all had a wonderful meeting, and with that, I hand back the charge to the President.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shreedevi. Firstly, I request everybody to cast your votes. I have only 12 responses, then there are 24 people in the room. Please cast your votes quickly. We are running out of time today. Just one more minute. Today was a wonderful meeting. We got to, and it was a wonderful session conducted by Toastmaster Shubha, the Moments of Truth. And every feedback, every suggestion that is suggested will be considered and it will be worked upon. Has everybody voted? Alright, let me quickly get into the results. The best TAPG role taker is has everybody voted? The best TAPG role taker is RPP for the day, Toastmaster Sakshi. That's not it. The best MPG role taker is our MC for the day, Toastmaster Shreedevi. The best evaluator is Toastmaster Ujwal. The best speaker is Toastmaster Darshan. With that we come to the end of today's meeting, and I would like to close meeting number 137.